My sister demanded to use my house for her honeymoon, but I refused.
So that's my house.
Backstory. My house used to belong to my parents, but they sold it to me in 2017. It had been a family vacation home of sorts. Every couple years when my grandparents were alive, they'd invite us kids up there for a week. By the way, this comes from a deleted user, and if you want to submit your own stories, head on down to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And these three goofballs here are contractually obligated to give good advice goofily on this here story. But we don't know everything. No. Like, I don't know what I just said right there. I don't know what that noise was. But I do know that you can make noise in the comments and tell us what you would do, as OP says. Fast forward to the end of 2016, my sister got accepted to her dream college. I won't say which, but it's a big one.
Harvard.
Brown.
Cambridge.
Stanford.
Princeton.
Pine Lake Community College. They don't get bigger than that.
I can't think of a bigger one.
Everyone was excited and proud of her, me as well. But a week after that, my parents called asking if I'd found a house yet. I was looking for one, and my family knew it. I'd been saving up since I started my first job at 20. I said no, so my dad suggested I buy the lake house from them. I asked why they wanted to sell it. It turns out Sis didn't have any savings for college and didn't get the scholarship she planned, and our parents couldn't afford to pay for everything either.
Oh, wow. And they're selling the house instead of, like, making her go to community college. That's pretty nice of them.
It's kind of like everyone wins. You go to dream school, OP owns a lake house.
And they probably are thinking, oh, well, it'll still be in the family, so we can still,
exactly.
you know, yeah.
I asked why she didn't just get student loans, and they said they didn't want her ruining her credit.
It's actually good for your credit if you pay off your student loans on time. It's really good for your credit.
Now I'm suspicious.
Yeah.
Because that's not how that works.
Not at all.
So their solution was to sell the lake house and use the money from that to finance her college. I had lots of good memories from the lake house, so eventually I agreed. Huh? Eventually you agreed? What do you mean? You're being offered a lake house. Buy the lake house.
I'm sure it's pricey.
Well, I bet you're going to get a nice sweetheart deal from your freaking family.
And I mean, OP was looking for a house to live in. Now they live in a lake house. Maybe it's kind of out.
Pretty good to me.
You know what? Yeah.
But did you think about
decentralized?
The monsters? Yes.
The monsters.
Oh, what did you say? So, what did you say? What you said?
Are you afraid of the woods?
No.
Sophia believes in the Loch Ness Monster. That's all.
That's all.
We should all go on a trip to North Carolina with Riley, and then we all have to sleep in the woods.
Oh my
God. Last one in the woods wins.
That sounds like my nightmare. Camping?
Oh yeah, we'd have tents. Okay, that's not bad. I was imagining just being in the woods.
I work via computer, so after getting a good internet connection out there, I moved right in, and I've been there since. My girlfriend moved in permanently last year before lockdown, and it's been pretty blissful.
Dang, okay.
Dude, you moved into the lake house right before the lockdown?
Dude, amazing. Oh. You'd get so much swimming and paddleboarding done.
Literally sounds amazing.
It sounds beautiful.
Oh, I want your life right now.
Dang, man. Like, what a perfect 2 years.
Oh, my God. We were talking earlier about how, like, lots of money will make people go crazy. The lake house would make me go crazy.
Yeah.
I'd become unrecognizable.
I need that lake house.
But once I had the lake house, I would go right back to normal.
Yeah.
But in the pursuit, no, I'd be a monster. Anyway, in 2019, my sister and her college boyfriend got engaged. Parents agreed to pay for her wedding, but like with every other wedding around... Wait, what? Okay.
Wait,
sorry,
because you need to run it back anyway. What's the guy from Invincible, the lightning guy, the evil one?
Powerplex?
Yeah, you go Powerplex.
She's not really that evil.
Yeah, no, but that's what makes you become Powerplex is the lake house.
The lake house?
Oh, where is Invincible?
You're not listening.
I need the lake house.
Where is the lake house? Oh, there's 2 spiders on the ceiling now.
Sorry if my yelling was too loud.
I love that. But like every other wedding around that time, things got set back.
I feel like they don't have the money for that. They just had to sell a house.
They might not.
Lake house wedding?
Lake house wedding. Oh, that's the issue.
Well, I mean, it's just an idea. I don't know if that's really.
I think that was their idea.
Ooh.
Oh. Dude,
And I
I'm
think
so
OP
smart.
Big
I
old
think you're a
thing. Ming
genius.
Ming in the comments says, please tell us you got the deed and not just a word exchange. Yeah, sure, mom and dad, here's the money. Yeah.
Take my money.
Where is the deed? So, sis had to postpone her wedding until this year. She plans to have it in December. I even agreed to be in the bridal party. Issues came up recently when my sister asked where I was going to stay for the 2 weeks after her wedding. Puzzled, I answered, my house? She got a sour look and said that wouldn't work. Her and fiancé would be there and they wanted private time. I asked why they'd be at my house. And she said that's where they were having their honeymoon.
Hello, my name is Gerald B. Featherbottom III, and I need advice from OK Storytime.
Okay, Gerald, what do you need advice for?
Well, my extremely wealthy biological father has just passed away and left his entire inheritance to charity.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
To charity! All I have left is $20 to my name.
Oh, I see. Well, Gerald, you should invest that $20 into a ticket to the OK Storytime live event.
A live event? Whatever do you mean?
May 23rd, live OK Storytime at the Stray Theater in Hollywood. Go to okop.show to get your tickets. They're only $20, and we'll see you there.
And will you get my inheritance back?
You will absolutely not be doing that.
Goody!
May 23rd. It's not Disney World, dude. You can't buy tickets.
Wait, that's not even where they're having the wedding. That's where they're having the honeymoon.
That's also a crazy way to bring that up too.
Yeah.
That, like,
where are you gonna be?
Yeah, rather than just like, hey, I know you're in the house, but like we were planning on having our honeymoon there originally. So like, can we still do that? Like, you're just like, so where are you gonna be? No.
Yeah, my house. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I have that blocked off. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of have that blocked off as, it's my house. I live here. What do you mean?
I don't know. I
mean,
guess
like,
agree to disagree.
if you weren't so greedy and you were just like a weekend, I would have been
Yeah.
like, oh, I can swing that.
I guess we can
I can give you guys like 3 days.
2 weeks.
Yeah, get out of here. So, yeah, 2 weeks alone at the lake house, my house. I said, that was news to me. She insisted our parents said it was fine, but I said it wasn't their place to make decisions about my house. It's my house now. After arguing, she called our parents, who said I was being unreasonable.
Huh?
I said I didn't want my sister and her fiancé christening their new union by going to Bangtown in my house. They said I was being gross and selfish. No.
That's what's gonna happen.
I said no again. So sis threatened to remove me from the bridal party.
What?
I just shrugged and said, okay. All right. Are there any other requests?
Bummer.
Can't we at least play like rock, paper, scissors for it? So she starts crying, saying she already couldn't have her dream wedding like she wanted, and now I was trying to ruin her honeymoon
Oh
too.
my God.
Ay, ay, ay.
She could have had this. If she just brought it up in the right way, she could have gotten what she wanted.
If we just asked like normal people,
Yeah.
maybe we would have gotten what we wanted.
We could have had like a house swap, like the holiday kind of situation.
And then OP is in a relationship, but if he wasn't,
But then, I don't know.
it could be like the holiday.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, maybe she doesn't know that it's his house.
But yeah, then he said it, and
Yeah.
she didn't deny it, so she does know, and she's just kind of whack.
I told her to rent a hotel room like every other newlywed couple, then hung up. She's not speaking to me, and I'm uninvited to the wedding. Her parents keep calling me and saying I should do this for her since her wedding is only a third of what she wanted it to be.
How is that OP's fault?
I don't even care 1/3 that it isn't. I don't care at all. I care 0/3 that it's messed up. It's my house. Can't just stay here for 2 weeks and then tell me I'm a terrible person.
I'd just be like, where am I supposed to stay in this scenario?
Yeah.
Sounds like someone was reading The Art of the Deal. Anyway, I'm not comfortable with them staying unsupervised at my house. Yeah, they're just going to freaking bow, bow, bow
Frick
all over
everywhere.
the place. They'll be going bang, 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 bang.
Peepees out, for example.
They're going peepees out in your house? No thanks.
Booties up.
They're making me feel like a monster for saying no. Am I the a-hole? And by the way, you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this on your favorite podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you're listening to podcasts, search OK Storytime, and you can get your juicy, drama-filled stories all day long. And there's a final edit here.
Oh, boy.
Of course, you're not the a-hole.
No, why would you be the a-hole? This is your house that you bought, that they sold. If she keeps asking you, I want to stay at your house for my honeymoon. And she says, oh, well, our parents said, I could. You say, well, our parents chose to sell it so you could go to college. So that's why you can't have your honeymoon.
Yeah. I actually low-key paid for your college,
You're
by
welcome.
the way. By buying this house that I own and saved for since I was 20. It's right there.
Yeah, maybe for your honeymoon, you just stare at your degree the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just really grateful for everything that has been done.
You can hit her with a equally unreasonable counteroffer where you're like, yeah, sure, that's fine, but I get to take your car on a 2-week-long road trip and go off-roading, and you pay all the expenses as well as any damages that happen. And if I total the car, it's fine. Counteroffer, I put a tent in the backyard.
Oh, God.
Edit. Well, I learned something new today. I spoke to my sister, like a few people suggested, and asked her if she knew the lake house was legally my house.
Oh.
As in, I bought it years ago. She was not, in fact, aware of this.
How did she not understand when you said it's my house?
Parents.
Parents, man. These parents.
She was under the impression from our parents that they were letting me live there rent-free. I corrected her and even showed her proof that they sold the house to me. And when she asked why they sold it, I was
she didn't
honest.
know.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, she didn't know.
Why the parents were embarrassed that they had to help her pay for college? What?
This is crazy.
Yo, these parents are
Dang.
whack. You know what these parents are giving me? They're giving me the same energy as like the small southern town. There's like the rich, affluent, little micro community.
We can't ever let them know our secret.
Right.
Our reputation.
I would be devastated if anyone found out we had to do stuff to make enough money to send our daughter to college.
All a woman has is her reputation and a lake house.
And a lake house. When she asked why they sold it, I was honest and said it was to pay for her college tuition and her lifestyle. She became quiet after that, and we soon hung up. No idea what's going to happen now.
Oh, and we don't either.
And neither do we.
Dang.
Well,
wow.
I have a feeling she's going to re-invite you to the wedding.
Yeah.
She's going to
uninvite her parents.
I don't know if she's going to uninvite them, but she's going to be like, yo, what's up with you guys?
What the
That's
hell?
weird.
You're weird
You're
for
weird.
that. Yeah,
Weird.
that is
Weirdo.
pretty crazy that she didn't know any of that.
Yeah, this is just ultra, golden child syndrome.
Yeah, let's keep her unaware that we had to sell the lake house so she could go to college.
Right.
Let's let her take her brother's place for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Very golden child.
Yeah, and also it makes sense that when you went, it's my house, after she'd been told you were just living there rent free, that she was just oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. It's doing what? It's my house. Let's figure out exactly what happened. Parents were exposed. They uninvited themselves from the wedding out of shame. And everyone's like, oh my God, why are they doing this? Our
And
parents are
then-
so cringy, chuggy.
Sister wins the lottery, buys her own lake house.
Well, I think we are ready for the next story.
All right, let's do it. My stepmom sent a long message threatening to throw me out. I was already packing.
I got a car waiting at the front.
So I, 20 female, had a conversation about budgeting with my aunt, 22 female, and we went over my monthly expenses. I mentioned I pay my father $50 a week for rent, but I was allowed to pay $200 monthly instead. She said I should switch from monthly to weekly. About a month later, I went on a trip to visit her, and I gave my father a heads up that I would be switching to monthly, because up until then, the rule was I could pay monthly or weekly. He basically said he doesn't care when I pay him, just to get him his money by the end of the month. So I gave him the heads up because I knew he was used to receiving it weekly. By the way, this comes from Extra Academy 200, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Angie.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, basically, he went ballistic and said, I'm not allowed to. Wait, what? Didn't he just say yeah? Oh, originally he had said yeah. And then OP was like, I'm going to let him know that I'm changing it.
Oh, okay.
I asked him why, since he had told me I could. And he just said, well, now I'm sending weekly. End of discussion. Exact quote. I should also mention I was in another state at this moment, so this was all over text. I tried calling him, and he kept sending me to voicemail. So at this point, I told him that I was going to pay him monthly until I got an actual reason. He, in turn, first took my TV. Then he changed the lock on my bedroom door. While this was happening, I was also talking to my stepmom about it, and she basically said I sounded entitled, disrespectful, and ungrateful.
For not paying weekly rent? They're just
Insane.
paying monthly instead? Like, the most normal way to pay rent?
Now, this pissed me off royally. So I kicked everyone off all my accounts I let them use, no longer helping with random home projects, not buying her or her kids anything anymore. Since I'm allowed to cook again, I'm not going to, because I was making full course meals and all they did was complain about it taking too long if it wasn't done by 5:30, even though they didn't care when anyone else cooked.
And literally the audacity of complaining someone's making you a meal too slow.
Like, when is your community done? Is it almost done? Anything I buy is just for me, not sharing anything anymore. I should also mention that he banned me from cooking about a month prior for making too much food and wasting his money. Mind you, I had made enchiladas, rice, corn, and pico de gallo. I bought everything for the meal except for about 3 things that were already in the house. And I made enough for 2 days, maybe 3 if they really stretched it out, because my stepmom, the main one who cooks along with my stepbrother and me, said it's too much work to get off work and then have to cook dinner. They ended up throwing out all the food 2 days later. Every sentence in that made me bamboozled.
I'm
shocked.
I want to throw all those people out into a river.
What do you mean? What do you
Put 'em in
mean?
the what I mean by that is...
I understood what you meant. I just
No,
meant...
I know you did.
Oh, okay.
I know you
You're
did.
explaining.
I know that was the joke.
Well, I didn't understand the joke.
But yeah, no, I can't. I hate people I hate myself when I waste food.
Yeah.
That's why I struggle with buying groceries, because if I waste any of it, it literally devastates me. And I despise myself for it. So...
Yeah, these people suck. Then he got mad at me again because I made myself food after I got off work, since no one had cooked and there was nothing to eat. What? He's just mad at you for a basic, need.
I have a feeling this is going to be the vibe for the whole story.
Yep. He came out of his room at midnight yelling at me, and I asked whether I was supposed to just starve, since I don't eat until I get home from work around 10:30. He was just like, well, I banned you from cooking. I then tried talking to my stepmother, and she said she didn't know why he's like this, but that he did ban me from cooking. She's like, Dad, that's completely unreasonable, but it's the rule. And then she kind of made up an excuse to hang up. So back to the rent thing. My stepmom also kept saying, you're a tenant in this house. Is he though? Because your rules are pretty crazy.
I'm pretty sure if he's a tenant, then what you're doing is now illegal.
Yeah. To which I responded that he's my father and I'm not just a tenant. I'm his daughter. Oh, I thought you were a man. Sorry. And she was acting like I was a random person who rents a room from them. Then she said I was being disrespectful and that she would never talk to her mother the way I talk to my father. I said, don't compare your relationship with your mom to my relationship with my dad. Those are 2 extremely different things. Last I checked, your mother likes you and tolerates your presence. Why? You need to move, OP.
Yeah, that's
ASAP.
that's the only real
Solution.
here.
She was saying that life isn't supposed to be convenient for you, and this really pissed me off because she knew I had as far from a convenient life as possible, since my mother literally put me through heck for 17 years before she kicked me out. I literally got my bed and all my clothes taken away and was only allowed to eat oatmeal and rice for about 6 months in 5th grade because I got in my friend's brother's car. That's insane. And I
Yeah,
hope she's in
dude, your
jail.
parents are abusive.
Yes. She knows this because I told her. But I told her, don't you think I know life is not convenient? I've known that for a long time. I may only be 20, but I've had to deal with a lot, and you know that. And you act like I'm just some kid who's never had anything bad happen to her. I should also mention this was all happening back in November, and I had paid him $200 for the month of October, which he was fine with. I was out of state for the last week of October, which was the trip I was on, and my stepmom said, you decided to be late to go on a trip. And I said, don't try to make me feel bad for going to see my aunt. You didn't have a problem with me going to Virginia right after I started at my current job, or whenever Dad tries to guilt me into coming to his home state, even when he literally just talks about me the whole time and calls me names. She said,
Now I'm confused. How am I trying to make you feel bad for going to see your aunt? You're allowed others to cloud your common sense and judgment. Okay, I'm done.
what? What does your stepmother want? She's confusing me.
She was like, wow, you listen to others? Listen to me. Like, what do you mean?
Mother knows best.
She's mother gothling pretty hard right here.
Oh, burn down your house. Who said that?
Who said that?
Don't burn down your house.
Just move.
I don't know who said that.
So now everyone has been ignoring me for the last 3 or so weeks. I ended up just paying my father because I was on the couch. It was freezing. My back hurt. And I asked him if I could just get my blanket, and he ignored me. But these people are truly driving me crazy because I don't have any other options. I can't live with my mother since she kicked me out, and I don't have the money to move out. Sorry for how chaotic this whole post was, believe me. Living through it is just as chaotic, but I just really needed to vent. And we've got an update 2 weeks later, but I mean, is there any kind of legal thing we can get involved here?
I don't even think that's the right thing to do. I think you gotta leave.
I mean, OP doesn't have the money to.
But you have to.
Yeah.
So now you have to start a war of attrition. I don't know if that was actually the right term, but what I mean, bother your father in ways he could never possibly anticipate. Like, they make a little device, and once all the lights are off, it goes, like, it makes a little noise. And then when you turn the lights on to look for it, it stops making the noise.
Get one of those happy birthday cards that never turn off and hide it somewhere in his room.
Get up in the attic and put it on the ceiling above his bed and just have it play up there. That'd be great. Convince him there's a ghost in the house. I don't know. My point is, I would make my father's life as miserable as possible without him knowing I'm doing it. That's what I'm doing now.
That's a good idea. So, update 2 weeks later. In response to some of you, the only reason I told him I was switching is because that's what I had been doing. If I couldn't pay weekly at the time, I would send a message that usually said, hey, I'm going to pay you $200 at the end of the month. And he would just say, okay, or thumbs up the message or say nothing. That was literally what I had done the month prior. Also, yes, I do live in the States. I refused to cook when I was allowed to again because even prior to the ban, they complained about everything. If it was done after 5:30, if I made more than just an entree, if I was making it homemade instead of from a box or can, if I made options. I should also mention I am banned from cooking again because when I brought all this up, my father claimed he never complained and kept saying I was lying about buying the majority of food for dinner when I literally have receipts and witnesses.
Bro, sometimes parents just do funny stuff.
This guy's just like
yeah, this is not funny, but it's very much in that lane.
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying to say that? Like, I know that that's not the case.
Yeah. Just like the blatant lying, the obvious lying. Weird.
My dad would do this thing. Love you, Dad. He would eat all the cereal in the box except for like the very last of it. And then I'd be like, we'd be like, did you eat all the cereal? He'd just be like, no. And I think it stems from like how he grew up. Because it's like he would get in trouble a lot if you finished anything in the house, you would get in trouble. So he just like, he doesn't ever finish the stuff. But he got to the point once I got older where I'd be like, did you eat all this? He'd go, yeah. What? What are you going to do?
I did.
And I was like, I'm not going to eat it because it's all gone. Why would you eat all of it?
How could you?
You're like, because I bought it.
My sister is just like this too. A room full of people can say one thing with photographic proof and she'll say they're still lying. Yes, they stress me out to extreme levels. Also, with the rent thing, he said he wasn't going to match my car payment. He said he'd match the price when I get enough money, but I honestly didn't think he would. I figured he'd find something to blow out of proportion to get out of it. Like he did when we were supposed to have a driving lesson and my sister snuck someone in and broke his camera and he wanted to act like he didn't know it was her. I am now planning on moving in with my aunt in another state. She's been kind of begging me to because she worries about me here, especially with all the stuff going on with my dad and stepmom. So come March, I should be moving, and her boyfriend is going to help me learn to drive since he started teaching me when I visited them a couple months ago. This seems like the best solution possible.
Yeah.
Love it.
Clear, cut and dry. Also, AV, I'm not Riley, I'm Dakota. And you can't have my scarf, I'm sorry.
Riley also has one, though.
He does.
So maybe you could ask Riley.
Maybe they knew that all along.
Hopefully things will start to look up for me soon, and I will be going no contact with my parents. And we've got an update over 2 months later. What do you think happened?
I think
things are starting to look up.
Moved in with aunt.
Yeah.
And parents are still trying to find ways to just like get at you.
Dang it. Tough.
Get at you. Because that's what they do. That's why it's like, is like every single thing that is ever wrong is just automatically you, even when it's clearly not you. And then everything you do is also automatically incorrect. Whether you're cooking a little bit, you're cooking a lot, you're getting back at this time, you're getting back at that time, you're paying this way, you're paying that way. All of it is wrong. And that's by design.
Mm-hmm. You can never win.
They want you to be dependent on them.
Update 2. For context, I work 1 to 10 and I usually get home around 10:30. It's a long day. About 5 months ago, my father, well, I guess it's not that long. That's pretty normal.
Right. 9 hours.
Yeah. About 5 months ago, my father, 49 male, banned me from cooking because he said I made too much food. And since then, they have banned me 2 more times. The most recent one, which I'm currently on, is because I left dishes in the sink for about 2 hours since I had somewhere to be. Part of the ban is that I'm only allowed to use the air fryer and can't use the stove at all.
What I'm so confused about is, are your parents so stupid that they don't know that you can like eat food later?
No.
Like, did this take place
Yeah.
before refrigeration existed? Like,
They're like, we can't waste all this food. We don't have a fancy schmancy ice box.
this story was transcribed from a message in a bottle somebody found.
Am I the, what's the old
Am I the
timey-
whippersnapper?
Am I the,
I don't know. Am I the dangled ruffian?
am I the yellow-bellied fool? One Sunday night, I made pork chops and broccoli in the air fryer and was done by 12 since that's the rule. So this whole situation happened yesterday when my stepmom, 44 female, messaged me saying, if you're going to come here and cook, you need to be done by 11 p.m. Okay, they just keep making it earlier and earlier.
You honestly do this to me. I'm just going to go downstairs and boil water for pasta and pray you come try me.
Yeah, I got boiling water.
I have boiling water.
What are you
Would
gonna
you
do?
like to stop me? I have a pot full of boiling water. Come on, make me stop.
My sleep is being disturbed because of the noise and the smell, and I have to work in the morning. You didn't get a break around dinner time. Why not eat then instead of coming here cooking late? I thought this was crazy because that gives me less than 30 minutes to make myself food after getting home from a 9-hour shift. I asked why she was changing the rule, and she said, yes, we did say midnight initially, but obviously you can't follow the rules. It's definitely been after midnight because I've been waking up because of the noise and smell.
Hey, that doesn't have anything to do with the time. It's definitely after midnight because I'm waking up. Hey, stupid, you can wake up anytime. Did you know that?
She's so ridiculous.
Hate all these people.
I hate them. I told her that I'm always done by 12, and if I'm still in there, it's because I'm cleaning up. We got into an argument where I pointed out that they're inconsiderate to me, too. I think they're only inconsiderate. Since most of the time when they cook, they either don't leave me food or don't let me know when it's a fend for yourself night. She went kind of crazy over that, then brought up how I put do not touch on my stuff, which I only do because they kept eating it without telling me. The whole conversation was like talking to a brick wall, and we just kept going in circles. I know a lot of people are going to say I should just move out, and I am. Next week. I literally just needed to vent.
Yeah, we got a vent story.
Yay.
Somebody also said, I think it was Gayla in the comments, it's like, I really hope her parents need this $200.
I also
Yeah.
hope. I hope it hurts them when she leaves because they're
yeah.
just so awful.
I hope they are devastated.
Yeah, and it seems like OP like tries to go to stepmother as, you know, person who might be able to be reasoned with, but she's just as bad.
Yeah.
Ah, these
Yeah, it
people
sounds
suck.
like my guess would be dad is the root of all of this energy.
He's
and,
the root evil.
you know, stepmom is just like kind of lockstep with him.
Yeah, seems like it. But we do have an update 2 weeks later.
Yay.
It just keeps coming. So a little update. I moved Thursday night and no one saw me leaving. OP was quiet as a mouse. It's actually kind of funny because my stepmother had texted me the day before saying once this month was over, I would have 30 days to get out. Well, OP only needed like less than that.
Needed about 30 minutes.
Yeah. My aunt, 23 female, came and got me. We stopped in our hometown, saw some people, and got some food. We got back and immediately had to head back out again because we bought Cardi B tickets. So we went to the one in Dallas yesterday. Already sounds like your life is way better.
Ew, thought he'd never get cold. Ew. Yes. Slay.
I'd love to hear that.
Slay.
Makes me happy.
Slay your enemies.
Now you're eating and you're eating.
Whoa. There she is.
I'm like that pear.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
You're the pear.
We won the pretty and petty challenge too. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's some sort of Cardi B thing.
Yeah, Cardi B determines who is pretty and who is petty.
Who's the pettiest and who's the prettiest?
Thank you, Cardi.
Thanks, Cardi.
Thank you, Cardi B.
My transfer for my job went through, but I can't start until next month. I'm just happy I don't have to deal with people I don't want to anymore. And I'm just chilling until I start work. Thank you, everyone, for all the support and kind words. I really was feeling like I was going crazy sometimes because I truly don't understand how I ended up related to these people. P.S. This was my stepmother's last message to me because she didn't know I was leaving the next day. It's been a month and you have failed to reply. I was giving you the opportunity and time to make plans instead of telling you to leave, but I refuse to go back and forth with anyone that I'm pretty much taking care of. Doing a pretty poor job of that. You have been disrespectful and ungrateful. You have your dad blocked while you're living in his home. I understand he's difficult to deal with, but he is half the reason you have a place to stay. I have tried to be there for you, even making sure you have health and dental insurance, but it seems like you just don't care. You only pay $50 a week and think you can do what you want, but I still have to tell you when to clean up and even take showers. You have the nerve to put do not touch on your food items when you're using our refrigerator, cabinets, electricity, water, and appliances for free.
No, I'm not. I'm paying rent. Dumbass.
Yeah.
You just said I was.
She's paying rent.
Oh
She's
my
paying
God,
rent.
this woman is driving me insane.
You will be given a 30-day notice at the end of this month. You should have enough money saved up by now. If not, you may want to reconcile with your mother, other family members, or make plans with your father. I'm not obligated to take care of you, and I'm done.
Good. Oh my God.
He is too.
I'm so
Everything's
glad.
fine.
Oh God, I'm so glad you're done.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
I would reply to that with a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, I would reply with that with like one of those little running emojis.
Or yeah, you know what? I'd reply with like a low angle selfie with like my chin tucked in. And just be
At the
like-
Cardi B concert.
And just say,
Cardi B in the background.
Yeah, with that, and then say, what? I can't hear you.
For extra content on some of her points, first of all, I definitely take showers. She's just sleeping when I do because I take them at night. I literally wouldn't have been allowed to sit down to eat in the kitchen because she had a rule that we can't sit on the chairs since they're leather if we don't shower every day.
Is that what she meant by I have to tell you when to shower? I have to tell you when to shower so you can use the leather chairs? Did you know that used to be the flesh of an animal? What are you talking about?
Why are we disrespecting these chairs?
I got to shower before I sit on the chair made out of carcass?
I couldn't eat in my room either because my father is a child and can't act like the grown man he allegedly is. By the way, if you're grown, you should be listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But we've got a teeny tiny little bit left. Any final thoughts?
Can we scroll up a little bit in the comments? Because there was a great comment from Nina Nilsson. My harmful parents always told me to move out until I said, I have an apartment, so I'll be gone. And then it was, well, you don't have to go. You can stay here and save money.
They're always hypocritical.
That's what it's always about. They just want somebody to have dominion over.
Yeah,
And that's messed up.
that is true. Also, I plan to learn to drive, then get a car, then move out, but that plan doesn't work when the people who were supposed to help me with driving keep making excuses not to do it. I tried driver's ed, but just 1 2-hour class was like $270, and I can't afford that. She also got on me because my father's family came over, like 30 plus people, and they all used my bathroom. I asked for a roll of toilet paper because they used it all, and she said, so you're telling me that you only had 1 roll of toilet paper left? Your priorities are definitely in the wrong place. Like, how was I supposed to know all these people would be using up my stuff? No one tells me anything. And relevant comments, OP on her dad and stepmother's relationship. OP says apparently they've only been married for about 1.5 years and have only been together for 2 years. Honestly, the whole thing was rushed and they broke up about 3 times the month before he proposed because he was lying about a bunch of stuff with his ex-girlfriend. Sounds like a real charmer. They have been fighting a lot recently because, again, he was lying a lot. And he was talking bad about her to his family, which I told her. I should also mention I didn't know he was talking bad about her at the time. He told them she was mad that he gave one of the uncles a bunch of money, and my dad's family is very ride or pass away, which can be good, but they pull that, but they're family stuff when they really need to figure things out on their own for once or learn their lesson. They ask for bail money a lot when it's situations where they really need to stay there. Sound delightful. It keeps going.
It just keeps getting better and better.
It just keeps adding up.
Oh, man.
Anyway, she didn't know, and she was mad at him for this. And he went off on me saying she had no right to know. Yes, your wife didn't have any right to know all of that. Like, excuse me, sir, she is your wife. Honestly, we were all surprised that not only did he actually go through with the marriage, but that it lasted this long. He's had at least 3 girlfriends a year since I was 6. That's so many.
Well, it's 4 months.
Dang.
Once every 4 months.
Wow. When I met him and he tells all of them he's going to marry them, does he?
Yes.
How many has he married?
Imagine he does.
Yeah, he's like, I've married so many people.
He's married
Oh, boy.
3 times 14 because OP's 20. So,
Yeah.
what, 30, 42? He's got 42 wives, 42 ex-wives.
Yeah. Dang.
What an
That's like-
unbelievable guy.
So impressive. I think that's around how much the record of divorces is.
42?
Yeah. I think it's like 49.
40% for the first marriage.
No,
50%.
No,
for
like
second.
having the
I meant
most
like,
divorces.
what the record of who has the
Guys,
most.
we could
Oh,
totally
okay.
break that record. Just Vegas.
Vegas.
Drive-through, straight to the courthouse. Back to drive-through,
Vegas.
straight to the courthouse.
You just keep going.
For the divorce at the courthouse. The divorce house.
Divorce.
Drive-through wedding. They need to have drive-through divorce.
Yeah, you just kind of do it on a loop.
My brother left his daughters and married a monster, so my parents rewrote their will.
Ooh, like a monster under the bed?
Yeah. Yeah. Married Sully. My parents decided to cut my brother's portion of inheritance down to the compulsory portion. He will only get what he's legally entitled to and nothing more. Also, he won't get a say in the whole process, whereas my stepsister and I get to distribute heirlooms and money that is specified in the testament towards the grandchildren if certain conditions are met. If the sun, the moon, and stars align properly, then I can give you this brooch.
Yeah.
By the way, this comes from user Evil Librarian 999. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we are going to read this story, but we are a bunch of goofballs and we don't know everything. So keep that in mind as you listen to us. And also tell us what you would do in the comments, as OP says. The reason for this...
The flip of
I love
What is
this
that
thing.
called?
It's called an adrak. It's a traditional Pakistani scarf. The reason for this is that my brother is a very unreflected, selfish, and weak person who's also a very crappy father to his 2 daughters.
nice. Those are all fantastic adjectives right there.
Extremely fair and valid reasons to slice someone out of the will.
Yeah, I feel, if those are the adjectives to describe the person in the will, I'd probably want him out.
He divorced their mom, who we referred to as the dragon within the family, and not without reason, and then basically abandoned his daughters to the dragon.
Wait, so the dragon
He
abandoned-
left the dragon.
Oh, so the dragon took the daughters.
He just left. She didn't have to take them.
Guys,
he
is
just
it-
disappeared.
Is this Shrek? Come on.
Is this
Is this Shrek? I'm just saying. Sounds like Shrek.
No, it doesn't. Who in Shrek is abandoning their children? Who abandons their
no,
2
I'm
daughters?
talking about the dragon in Shrek.
yeah.
Donkey and the dragon have
Yeah.
little dragon donkeys.
You're saying donkey. So you're saying Eddie Murphy's character runs out on his family?
I can see it.
I'm really
He
disappointed.
has some
in you.
anxiety. You
I'm
all
really
know it.
disappointed in you.
You
Savannah.
all know he has anxiety. I mean, look at him.
I'm disappointed. The girls have to be with their mom, and that in itself is horrible. Unfortunately, the Youth Welfare Office can't help because a certain amount of cruelty towards your children seems to be legal. My parents are locking my brother out of the inheritance to protect their assets. They want the girls to have their share, but they fear, and rightfully so, that the dragon will take it from them. As far as I know, there is nothing comparable to a trust fund where I live, so as long as the girls are dependent on their mother, she will get the chance to steal the money. My parents want my stepsister and I to give the money to the girls when they have gained independence from the dragon. They are supposed to use the money for whatever they want. No other conditions need to be met. Now, my brother got wind of this and contacted me for the first time in 3 years.
Oh, looky who's showing up.
He's like, hey, I
heard about the money in the will, and I heard the dragon's gonna get it. I want it.
That would be the funniest way if he doesn't even try to do the like, so yeah, how have you been? I just wanted to catch up. He just calls in straight up like, yeah, I heard about the will. I want the money. That is so funny. He wants me to influence my parents to change their will back to how it used to be. I said no, and now he and his ex are blowing up my phone and threatening that me and my parents will never, ever see the girls again, and blah, 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 blah.
Wow, because they got taken out of the will, they're like, you know what? Then you're getting taken out of our daughters' lives. See ya.
Which you already took yourself out of their lives. This is upsetting me. The girls need their grandparents. They are the only adults who support them and love them unconditionally. I don't get to see the girls that often because the dragon hates me too, for other reasons. I used to fight this, but when my nieces have a nice time with me and my family, the dragon will punish them. I can't let that happen, so I pulled back. Am I the a-hole if I don't let myself be blackmailed? And the verdict is not the a-hole.
If I don't want to be blackmailed, am I the a-hole? Like, what question is that? Yeah, you're the a-hole. Seems like the dragon might get slayed. Huh? Slain. With an N. Slain. Yeah, not slayed, like ED. Slain.
Can the girls run away from home
Ah.
and you shelter them and hide them from the dragon?
Mmm.
Would that, I mean, I'm sure that's already illegal.
Kind of like a little Underground Railroad
Well,
situation.
it's almost like a, there's no way you just, stop. No, stop. You wiped
Harriet
my
Tubman.
brain.
Harriet Tubman.
Could it be like asylum? Almost. Like they're like, I ran away from home and I'm seeking shelter here. This is too complicated. There's too many moving pieces about like the girls, you know?
Yeah, go
I
on.
want them out of that house.
Well, yes. I would also like them to get the heck
Can
out
you-
that house.
Can you maybe just lie to him and be like, yeah, we changed it. And then he might be dumb enough to just like not even look into it. I don't know, but there is an update.
My question is, where's Lord Farquaad in all this? Just didn't show up yet or what?
That's the brother. I wanted to give you an update on the situation with my brother. I had spoken to my parents on the phone before and shared some advice I got here. Yesterday, we visited them to talk further. I actually didn't want to tell about the threats and messages I received, but my husband said my parents had a right to know, so he told them. And my mother got so furious, even I was a little scared of her.
Uh-oh, she brought out the claws.
Yeah. My parents called my brother and demanded to speak to him. He usually brushes off any conversation unless he wants something, but not yesterday. My parents gave him, this is a German proverb, an enema. I've never seen anything like that.
Wait.
Yeah, so it's German proverb to say, I give them the enema. It's like, yeah, it's like sort of like,
Not an actual, like, enema.
no, but it's like you let them have it, sort of, so to speak, you know?
Oh, it's like
because what
like
you
when
do,
you, like,
when you do the enema, what happens?
doesn't it all just come out?
Right, it's if somebody
Cleanse?
is full of the poop, since now they are not full of it anymore.
Oh, so
It's
she's
like, let's cut the crap. I give you the enema. There's no more
Oh.
crap here, right? I lay into you with the enema
ooh.
because I am sick of your crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to put it.
And I'm back. They told him and held things up to him that had happened in the last 13 years, some of which I didn't even know. First of all, how his ex keeps lying and slandering to get her will, and how my brother, often a victim of these slanders himself, is just completely useless. Yes, my mother called my brother useless. My brother didn't even get a word in, but he was visibly shocked to realize that he, too, had been lied to and manipulated by his ex, which honestly, how stupid can you be?
pretty stupid to marry a dragon. Huh, donkey?
Oh.
Why do they make that noise? Like, that's the most stupid noise in the world. Like, seriously, shut up.
Bro, no way you just went, why do they make that noise? Like they chose it.
Like, I hate it.
They didn't get to pick.
Like, literally, don't talk.
Bro.
Don't. If you're gonna talk, don't. If you're a donkey, just don't.
Ay, 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 ay. In the end, my parents told him he had the choice to grow a pair, which I never expected to hear that phrase from my mom, and start being a father to his kids, or live with it that he doesn't get a lot of inheritance and that the money for his children is divided between the remaining grandchildren. It wasn't his money at any point, so he shouldn't whine or pretend he'll get something if his ex gets hands on the money. And by the way, you can get your hands on full episodes with stories just like this one on your favorite podcast platform like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you're listening. Just search OK Storytime. And there we are. No enemas.
I was gonna say, and you have to have an enema.
No.
And you have to get an enema.
You don't need the enema.
You bring one to the party. What
Yeah.
a party, an enema party. We should have that. We should throw an enema party.
So, I mean, I guess this is in Germany. If they had a German, because it's like, I'm just so worried about the kids getting punished by their terrible mom.
The dragon?
Yeah. Because it's like, it's really hard because like, you can't have them go, like, whatever. There has to be some kind of recourse for these kids
Yeah, I mean...
to get out from under the thumb of their
horrible
mom.
parents. I mean, I don't really know how you go about that. Listen, I'm not a girl of the law, so I don't know. But...
Well, I know emancipation is a thing, but I only know that contextually within the United States. I don't know what's going on over there in Germany.
You mean the Emancipation Proclamation?
No, I don't. Stop bringing it back. Stop bringing
I'm
that.
bringing it
Stop
back.
bringing us back to the Underground Railroad.
Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman.
The guy, for anyone who's unaware, the joke about that is that, admittedly, it both kind of envisioned at some point that the Underground Railroad was a railroad underground and not just like a name for like the secret.
Oh.
You forgot?
Yeah, it was.
Wait, you forgot
No,
that we taught you this?
I don't recall.
You forgot that you learned it wasn't a real railroad?
I don't recall. Why would they call it that? It's weird.
Because it's like just a concept of a path. You
Didn't
take the
say-
path.
Carly also
Okay.
agrees.
Underground music. Where is it?
Underground
Beneath
music?
the soil.
Underground music's like in a railroad.
It's just like little.
Now you got railroad
it's
in my
like not
mind.
known. It's not very well known.
underground music.
It's low key.
Oh, I thought like it's
Like
you
the
go to a
underground
basement.
scene doesn't always have to be physically underground.
Well, it should be.
Just like the Underground Railroad is not always physically
There weren't, like,
underground. I'm sure
tunnels
there were.
underground.
I'm sure there were.
I didn't think there was an actual.
But it wasn't like a
railroad,
little
but there were
choo-choo train,
tunnels.
like cuckoo.
I thought there were tunnels. They like built these tunnels so they could like all travel underground,
No,
so that
there's
no one
not.
would
There's
catch
not
them.
hundreds and thousands of miles of tunnels. That's ineffective.
Aren't there like tunnels like
Think
in
of
a
it
lot
like
of
safe
famous
house,
places?
like a safe house, like you're going from place to place. Sorry, I thought we already went through this.
Nope.
Anyway. Now we all know. She went to school in Ohio. Everybody, don't come at me. After that, my parents called his ex. In a 3-minute conversation, they told her that how my parents distribute their wealth is none of her business, and that if she tries to keep the kids away from them, they will sue for access, grandparents' rights. We have enough material that can be used in court. At that moment, I really thought my mother is now opening up to us about her past as a secret agent or something. Then they hung up. The ex sat there glumly and had nothing to say. My parents told me that they had been documenting all conversations and lies for years because sooner or later they expected this kind of behavior. Smart parents.
wow. Look at them like taking notes, keeping receipts.
Ugh. Yes, there were tunnels. It's just that there weren't tunnels the whole time. I'm sorry. If Riley had heat vision, he would shoot me with a laser through my head right now. They showed me some examples and apologized for putting me in this situation. My parents told me that they still wished for the girls to get their money and that they would figure something out. I offered to keep my promise because I love the girls and my parents. In the end, we all cried a lot, but honestly, I got some new kind of respect for my mother. She is a legend, and I never knew.
What did they change? What is this?
I don't know, but
She's a legend.
maybe it's like bad booty shaking, trichinosis.
She's a wop.
She's a BA. Bad
And
behind.
mama jam.
But that is the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure you subscribe.
We love you.
And
See you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We have some bonus stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
My sister berates me for having foster and biological children, so I cut ties with her.
Yeah.
I, 28-year-old female, am a single mom of 3 kids. I met my daughter when I was 22, volunteering in a mentor program.
Yeah.
Her bio mom asked that I take her in for a while when she was having a hard time, so I agreed to become her foster parent. Then 2 years ago, we got the paperwork done together for me to become her official guardian. I plan to adopt when kiddo is old enough to tell me that's what she wants.
I love
By the way,
that.
this comes from u-throwaway82919, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to ROK Storytime subreddit. So, last year I got a phone call from my daughter's caseworker informing me that her bio mom had another child, and she wanted him to be placed with his sister. So I took him in too. Wow. I didn't plan on having any other children, but I met someone. It didn't last, and long story short is that I have a first grader, a toddler, and I'm 25 weeks pregnant. My sister, Bree, 34, female, always loved hanging with my kids whenever she had the spare time. She's been struggling with infertility since her and her husband started trying for a baby 8 years ago, and I can tell how badly she wants to be a mom. I really do hope that someday it does happen for her because it's all she's ever wanted. Since I announced my pregnancy, though, Bree has been kind of distant. I thought that maybe it was just life stuff, or I was being overly emotional due to hormones, so I didn't really press her on it or anything and went about things as usual. Our mom invited us all to dinner the other night, so I got my kiddos settled with a sitter and drove to my mom's place. Dinner went mostly fine, but Bree kept giving me looks. Every time someone brought up the pregnancy, and towards the end of the night, she asked why I even adopted 2 children if I clearly had no trouble making a baby of my own. I told her that when I started fostering my oldest, it was just to give her a safe place to live until her mom could get things sorted. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and now her brother is with me too. I love my children, and I'm happy to be their mom, but it wasn't my intention in the beginning to adopt via foster care. I wanted their bio mom to work things out, and my heart genuinely hurts for her because she wasn't able to do that. Bree then said that it feels like I'm rubbing my kids in her face. She told me that it isn't fair that I basically had 2 kids fall into my lap and then decided to be reckless and get knocked up too. Sheesh.
Oh my God.
All while she's been trying for years to have a child with no luck. She said it's cruel and unfair that I took 2 babies from the system that could have gone to parents who deserve them. I ended up telling her that while it sucks, it's not my fault that some people want kids and can't have them, and that her infertility baggage isn't really my issue. Her mother asked me to leave, and the next day called me to tell me that I was being unnecessarily cruel to my sister when I know what she's been going through. And I don't know if what I said was out of line. There's some relevant comments. Not the butthole, says someone. She asked why I even adopted 2 children if I clearly had no trouble making a baby of my own, in quotes. Why haven't you adopted any children since you clearly have trouble making a baby of your own? I mean, that would be unnecessarily harsh, but I have zero sympathy for people who act like the universe owes them a biological child. There's something really messed up about how she's talking about the system, to be honest. It comes across as if she basically thinks of it as a service for people who can't have children themselves, rather than for the actual children in need of a real
Which was
home.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
Which was what I was saying.
Okay, there's an update.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch. Really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
Hi, I know it's only been a few days since I last posted, but some things happened and I've decided to rinse my hands of the situation, so I thought I'd provide you all with an update. First, though, I do want to thank you for your feedback. It was nice to be reassured that I wasn't being overly mean, as that's what I was mainly worried about. I do really love my sister, and I don't ever want to cause her to hurt, even when we are fighting. So my mom was supposed to go to my anatomy scan with me yesterday, but she called me and told me that because Bree is still upset to the point of not speaking to me, she didn't want to make it any worse by going to the appointment. I took my toddler with me instead, and he was a great company. The nurses absolutely loved having him there, and it was easier not to think about the fact that my mom ditched me when I had him to focus on. Mom did text me later wanting to know if the baby was a boy or a girl and if everything went all right, but I still haven't texted her back because I feel like I just end up getting even more hurt about the situation. I don't think I'm going to try anymore with either of them. Like, what does that mean to not try with them? Like, you're done with the relationships?
I think maybe trying to explain
Okay.
herself.
I wanted to in the beginning because I think Bree just needs to talk to a therapist and sort her feelings out. I think that would be good. But our mom decided to skip out on this appointment with me, just kind of sealed the deal. Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts about that. I sent Bree's husband a message since Bree has blocked me, telling them both that I hope things work out for them in all the ways they deserve and that I'm genuinely sorry if I hurt her. So, wow, she's really having like a no contact with her sister and her mom. Like,
Well, I mean, she reached out and she said, "I'm sorry if I hurt you," and I feel like it's just I'm not gonna
no,
try and beg for their love when they're
it's I don't think it's that. I think
no,
it's,
I feel like that's what
I think it's like I'm done with this relationship.
yes, I think it's the way I was reading it is more like I'm
That's
done
like a
with this
breakup
relationship.
text.
Yeah, I suppose, but I also think it's
like I hope you
if
get
they
all
come back.
you know, I really care for you and I hope you get all the things you deserve. It's a breakup text.
Yeah,
I recommended talking to a therapist or support group of some kind, which comes across as so passive aggressive when you're having a breakup text, and said that when Bree has worked through all the things she still needs to work through, she's more than welcome to call me. Comes across still as very passive aggressive. My dad found out about the argument and he's offered to come drive down with his wife to stay with me when the baby gets here, since the plan was originally for my mom to do it instead. I told him I'd let him know once it got closer to the actual date, but I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. I'm not going to focus too much on Bree and my mom right now. My kiddos are my priority, and I think what's best is to keep them away from the drama, so I don't plan on allowing Bree or my mom around for a while. Thank you guys again so much for all your responses. It was really helpful to have outside perspectives on the situation. It definitely helped me figure out a few things for myself. Edit, baby number 3 is a boy. You are all so sweet for asking. And I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyways. You can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite podcast app, and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update, but let's discuss.
I think as long as
What do you think?
The mom and the sister are in this mindset of blaming OP, it's not healthy for OP, who's literally like just had a baby, was having a baby.
No. She still has not had the baby.
She still has not had the baby.
She found out
is
the
having
gender of the
is
baby.
is
She's
in the
pregnant.
progress of having a baby.
She's still pretty early on.
She's cooking that baby.
It's in the oven.
The baby's bacon.
Baby's bacon.
The baby's bacon, and you want to keep that baby healthy. You don't want added stress with people blaming you for having a baby.
The way I'm seeing it is there was this conflict.
Yeah.
The sister projected all her pain on OP. Her mom didn't have wide enough perspective and kind of blamed OP. And then it seemed like right after that, OP goes like, you know what? I'm done with this BS. Like when you fix all your crap, you could come back, which is not actually like leaving a door open and like actually meaning it. It's coming across as like F off, like you could come beg for my
I mean, I think OP is frustrated. Is frustrated. So that is probably how it was intended.
And I would say, if OP was asking for advice, I would say maybe cool off. Like you're obviously upset. The sister's upset. The mom's upset. Before sending any big texts or making any big decisions, maybe everyone cool off, and then hopefully maybe we could have an actual productive conversation where people can be seen and heard, and you don't have to potentially throw away your relationships with your mom and your sister.
Mm-hmm. This is fair.
Okay, edit number 2. Some people have been asking, so I want to clarify a few things. My kid's bio mom and I initially agreed upon me caring for the oldest without any outside court involvement. Just an agreement between the two of us. 2 years after that initial agreement, I was 24. Oh, wow. You took her when you were 22.
Wow.
That's young. I can't imagine me at 22 taking care of a child.
Last year.
You're 23?
You know this.
I thought you were 24.
No.
Okay.
No, she's a baby.
Baby.
Another
Yeah,
baby.
did you have a child last year?
No.
2 years after the initial agreement, I was 24 and it was clear that my daughter would be staying with me for much longer than originally intended. So the bio mom and I did mutually decide on court involvement to make the situation official. Neither the kids or infants, when I was granted custody of them, my toddler hung out with the nurses at the front of the clinic while I was in the actual appointment. LOL. He was too little to be allowed back. There's some comments. All right, comment number 1. I feel like your mom is making excuses for your sister's bad behavior and in the process is reinforcing said behavior. I think you made the best call you can for yourself and your children. Just be sure to set good boundaries and be ready to reinforce them because once the dust settles, someone may attempt to test them and not the a-hole this time or last.
But that's the end of that story. I left my bully of a sister. It made her life crumble.
Aww.
Little bit of background. I'm the second youngest of 8, and my siblings are my half-siblings on my mother's side. I didn't grow up with them and my mother. In my adult years is when I started getting involved with them. That's when I realized how crappy they actually are.
Dude, 8 siblings.
That's a ton of siblings. By the way, this comes from Ginger Fox Girl, and if you want to submit your own story, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I dropped out of college and lived with my eldest sister for a few months before going back to my childhood home, which was being foreclosed on because my brother never paid the mortgage. My grandmother left in the house since she had moved. It was my dad's, but he passed. The house was supposed to go to me since I was his only child, but I was too young at the time, so it went to my grandmother. It was sad to see that I was going to be losing my childhood home because my brother stole money my other siblings had given him for the mortgage and ran off. I wish this was about him, but I never see him anymore. The story. Enter my eldest sister, who is an entitled parent of all things, and her crotch fruit was also an entitled spawn, who moved into the home to save money during the foreclosure. Since it would take a few years, we all decided to stay as long as we could. Now, my eldest sister, who grew up having to take care of her other siblings, not me because I lived with my dad and stepmom, is still stuck in the mindset that I am not a child and have to do whatever she says, especially because she helped me out. I had lived with her for a few months before I moved back home. She's the type to go, I helped you, so now you have to help me. And of course I did because I felt obligated. She had also helped me get a job at her job. I appreciated all of this, but things started to go downhill from here. We're all saving money. She told me I'd have to stay with her since I wouldn't be able to get one on my own. I believe this. I am a new adult and still stuck in little sister pushover mode, and my sister knows this. Anyways, I saved $100 or more from every paycheck because we were going to put down a down payment for a house in a while. The abuse she gave me started getting bad. My sister's really trashy, and whenever I did something outside of my race, she'll claim, why are you acting like another race? What? I'm pro-choice, so she would make fun of me being pro-choice. She hated the fact that I love my dog more than her kids. She had another baby. Lord knows she couldn't afford another one, and she used to talk crap about my dog. She would take my phone and read through my messages. I'd have naughty messages to my boyfriend, and she'd try to spicy shame
fantasies.
me. She'd make fun of my depression and life attempt and make me feel like I was nothing without her, even though she'd constantly ask me for money out of my personal savings and made me believe it was for baby food, but it was actually for marriage. She actually went into my room and stole $80 from me for this. She eventually paid it back, but still. I'd ask her not to smoke in my room because I have asthma, but she'd still come in with a cig or a joint. If I spent money on myself, she'd be like, you know we need to save money. Girl, you're spending $80 like, I don't know, probably weekly. But yet she spent $400 on Christmas gifts her spawn would never use.
John, we're going to get back to the story, but you're old.
You're as old as me now, pal.
I might be as old as you, but I feel like you have oodles more wisdom.
I've got some wisdom in this old noggin.
You got a piece of wisdom for me right now?
Always respect your elders.
And I think the other piece of wisdom that I've learned from John is join OK Storytime memberships.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Get it now while I'm still alive.
Now back to the story.
When we worked together, she got pissed off and jealous when my coworkers praised me and used to try to talk crap about me to them behind my back. What? Who is this lady? She was my ride, and we were always late for work because her excuse was, I have kids. I need to get them ready for school and daycare. I was happy to see that my bosses never really wrote me up because of her wrongdoings. My manager and supervisor even told me that she was only still hired because I worked there. That made me feel good about myself because I feel worthless a lot of the time. The abuse got so much worse, and one incident happened that I don't want to talk about right now. Made me think, wait a minute, I'm an adult. I'm not a child anymore. She needs to realize that. There we go.
Okay,
there
finally
we
standing
go.
up for
It's like
herself.
realizing, wait a minute, she can't talk to me that way.
It's a self.
Wait a
I
minute.
feel
I
like
don't have to put up with that.
I feel like Opie just had self-realization as like when you were a kid. You're like, oh,
You like come into consciousness.
literally, like you're like 3 years old, you're like, or 4 years old. You go, oh,
Yeah.
I have control.
Oh,
These are my limbs.
I can move them.
I hid my money, started being more strict with her entitled child, and whenever she tried to dish me some abuse, I'd dish it back.
Oh.
I took the rest of my money and put down a down payment for a car. Of course, her reaction was irate. You know we need to move. Yeah, away from you, girl.
Yeah, honestly.
I didn't care. I had already planned on moving cities. Yeah, you need to move countries. 2 days later, her car breaks down and wasn't able to be repaired. If it wasn't for me getting a car, she wouldn't have been able to get to work. During this whole thing, I was still in a bit of a pushover mode and decided to let her use my car for things. No, especially since I wasn't driving as much. I had nowhere to go and was a new driver. Of course, she would bring the car back low on gas and demand I help her pay for gas, though she was the one using the car. She let her spawns make a mess out of my car and never cleaned it out. The kid broke the back of the seat off.
Oh.
What?
Because it kept.
They're
Because it
demons.
kept punting it.
They're demons.
She even brought roaches into the car.
How?
The last straw was when she started talking crap about me while in my car. How dare you?
Out there.
How
Anywhere
dare
but
you.
the car.
She was supposed to be helping me learn how to drive in exchange for me letting her use my dang car all the time. Wait, girl, you don't know how to drive and you bought a car? She was on the phone with her friend and I was listening to music. I was switching through songs and heard her talking. Sister, yeah, she wants me to help her learn how to drive, but I've got stuff to live for. I've got kids. She has her dog. She thinks that's something to live for. Me, well, I can drive home alone and you can get a ride from baby daddy's name. This pisses her off and I proceed to put on my music, but I can still hear her talking crap because you're in the same car. Enough is enough. We finally get the eviction notice and my sister got upset when I told her I'm moving to another city and not with them.
Thank God.
I was not going to help her rent a house when she has a baby daddy to help her. She's getting angry and annoyed, but I do not care. Don't care. She is downing me and saying I wouldn't make it. I put in my 2 weeks. My manager and supervisor say they'll give me a great recommendation for my other jobs.
Oh, yes.
And I moved to another city.
There
Thank
we go.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Of course, my manager and supervisor was right. She was fired shortly after I left because she had a crappy attitude and I was gone. She had no ride anymore besides using her baby daddy's van that drinks up gas easily. She won't be getting any good reference because she couldn't learn how to be a kind person. I proved her wrong, got an apartment a month after moving to my new city. And by the way, you can prove us wrong by always joining and listening to more episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Story Time. Prove us wrong. I don't feel bad at all and feel like I gave her back so much more than I should have. My revenge is knowing that she needed me, but I left her alone with no help. I guess this isn't pro-revenge. Again, this is my first post, and if this isn't the wrong topic, then please let me know and I'll move it. And edit, before I left, my sister did try to guilt trip me. She'd talk about how she had no transportation or how I'd missed my 2 nieces' birthday. I didn't care. Opie hates these kids. Opie freaking hates these kids.
Yeah, dude.
Like, that is not the best. If you're trying to get OP to stay, don't use your kids because she freaking hates
Yeah.
them.
She's not gonna stay for your kids, who
Your
she
crotch
refers to as spawns.
Yeah. She said she didn't want to lose the only good sister she had left.
What? That's how you. If you don't want to lose the only good sister you have left, that's how
Whoa,
you're treating her.
This is a big turnaround. No problems with police or substances in me. Too bad she didn't really realize that she was pushing me away. And comment 1 says, sometimes the best revenge is just letting an awful person's world fall apart. all because you just decided to not be there anymore. Happy you got out of a crappy situation. And another comment says, so do you know anything about her now? And OP says, she still messages me to ask for money. Of course she does, because she's freaking broke. Which I tell her I don't have, or to tell me what else happens with my toxic family. She was on welfare for about 4 months and now has a crappy job that she hates. And that is the end of the story.
My sister reproached my husband for PDA, all because she can't accept that I'm queer. She uses Reddit. I don't, but I figured she'd listen if the advice I get is from this platform. We were having lunch on Sunday at my parents' house like usual. We had been there for a couple of hours, had lunch, and I was busy getting attacked by my nephews when I noticed her pulling him aside. When we all sat down in the living room afterwards, I reached for his hand out of habit, and he pulled away. I thought I did something to piss him off, but he didn't look pissed off and just shook his head, which is a sign we'll talk later. And by the way, this comes from you, Throwaway 2000R, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to ROK Storytime subreddit. So I waited until we got home and asked him about it, and he said that my sister had pulled him aside and told him it's inappropriate for us to PDA in front of her children.
I freaking got it! Freaking called it!
I racked my brain for the PDA she was talking about, and the physical interactions I had with him were us holding hands, me playing with his band mindlessly while chatting with my father, and him guiding my hand to a spot below his ear that was itching. So I wrapped my arm around him and started running my fingers over it to not outright scratch and irritate it. That's it. My fiancé argued back that we have never been inappropriate or not aware of our surroundings and company. She tried convincing him otherwise because she knew going to him was easier than dealing with me because I would rip her a new one if she brought it up again. She was never like this before. She was the first one I came out to and the first one that supported our relationship up until her kid. She has 2 7 and 5. The 7 one asked us a question because his friend has 2 moms and how come we switched. It was completely innocent curiosity, and I told him that sometimes you don't choose love, love chooses you. I thought it was appropriate without going into the whole woman-men thing. He just nodded. Oh, and went on his way and never batted an eye again. His younger brother doesn't care either. After that question, she asked me to keep a PDA away from her kids, never made out or even pecked his lips in front of the kids, just on his temple or knuckles. This is getting long, but after he told me, I called her and gave her an earful.
Give her an earful.
Give her an earful of rebuke. I told her the kids don't give a single F about me holding his hand or giving him a hug in front of them. How is it any different from her interacting with her husband or our mother with our father? She said that it was different because 2 men is not the social norm.
Because you're a homophobe.
Okay, so I told her, F off. And stay the F out of my relationship.
Hell yeah.
And never talk to my fiance that way ever again. That's the rundown, but the call was long. I shouldn't have been so aggressive with my words, but we didn't need this crap from my own freaking family. I don't know what's gotten into her or how to reach her. Comments. Comment number 1. She's gonna be in for a rude awakening when their kids come home on 1st grade and tells them about how their friend and his boyfriend eat lunch together. Someone asked OP, what is her husband like? OP replied, he's a chill guy, comes over once a week after work to have a drink and play games with us, set me up with the jeweler that made my fiance's custom band, and as far as I know, wasn't aware of her first talk with me. Another reply, hopefully they fix the problem as she brings it up again, talk to your brother-in-law. Not in a snitch kind of way, but in a, hey sister, mentioned XYZ and we were really confused on what the problem is. We've been racking our brains ever since. Is there anything we've done to make you uncomfortable? That sets you as the reasonable solutions-oriented person and her as the weirdo, which is the truth of the matter. That lets him know what's happening without you escalating the drama. She might, who knows, and gives him a chance to shut it down since it sounds like he'd be less than thrilled at the potential for your sister's crap to ultimately taint his children. OP replied, I'm definitely sitting him down when I can, and I'm going to ask him straight up. I'm pissed enough not to care if it causes her problems. I think that he's the type of man who would talk to me face to face if he actually had an issue instead of hiding behind my sister. But who knows? There is an update.
We're going to get back to the story, but Sam, you have a copious amount of something.
What, John?
X's.
I have like 4 or 5 or 6.
I heard of 6 with a 0
All
behind
right,
it.
that 60 number, comes from somewhere else.
Where does that come from?
It comes from our OK Storytime membership.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusively live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And it's only $5 a month. So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Join a club almost as exclusive as Sam's X is. Well, let's get back to the story.
All right, I wasn't planning on doing another post, but you all helped me to see things clearly in my first one, and I thought I could use some more advice. Between the holidays, work, and everything else, I didn't have much time to properly sit down with my sister or her husband, just check up on texts and calls until a couple of weeks ago. I figured I'd get my brother-in-law's perspective first, and he looked at me like I'd lost my mind when I asked him if he had issues with my relationship, and specifically us around the kids. I believe him. He was genuinely surprised and told me straight up that he doesn't have issues and has never asked my sister to speak to us. Then he asked me if this has anything to do with Liv, and it was my turn to be surprised.
Who's Liv?
I think we're about to find out.
Okay.
Background info.
What
My
are you-
sexuality isn't defined mostly because I don't know what to call myself. I thought I was straight up until I met my fiance 5 years ago and spent 2 of those years denying my feelings and keeping him strictly in the friend zone because I wasn't attracted to any guy other than him. I was the macho gym type. I met Liv during those 2 years. She's my sister's apprentice, and we started hanging out. We never defined it as a relationship, just fun and a distraction from my feelings. That said, she did come to a couple of family events, sister's invites, but we kept it casual. My brother-in-law didn't elaborate on his Liv comment, but he obviously heard it from my sister, so I went straight to the source to see what's going on. So my sister knew back then I was distracting myself, but apparently she thought Liv and I would pull through and become a couple. You were right, Sophia. We just kept it casual. She tried to get her into the family, and when we barely acted like acquaintances at family events, she gave up. By then, I had pulled my head out of my butthole, broke it off, and focused on making it up to my fiance. I'm not upset by her meddling, if I'm honest, because I have no one to blame but myself for those 2 years and what happened during them. What I'm upset about is that she stands by her words and is keeping her stance. Dang. She's like, I continue my rebuke. There's not much I could do about that, but I asked her why that had anything to do with Liv and how it somehow became a problem for her with my relationship. And she said that I was never affectionate with Liv in public / front of family. So why am I affectionate with him?
He didn't love Liv.
Yeah, he wasn't into Liv.
Yeah, he didn't like Liv. The whole point was that he was into his current fiance.
Yeah, and now he was using Liv as a distraction.
Yeah.
She's like really holding on to this. She was like, but you weren't affectionate with Liv.
Girly, are we maybe denying our feelings for Liv? Are we maybe into Liv a little bit?
Explaining to her that I was never in love with Liv, just like she wasn't in love with me. It felt dumb, and I was talking to a stranger. We were never in a relationship, for Pete's sake. She replied that I didn't know crap, and maybe I don't, but I know the agreement Liv and I had, and regardless of everything, it's been 3 years. Last I checked, I'm engaged, and Liv is happy, focusing on her career. I was beyond frustrated and ended up leaving because we weren't getting anywhere, and we were just trudging up memory lane, comparing my friends with benefit with Liv to my relationship with my person, which was an F no from me.
Got you.
And if you want to say F yes, you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Story Time. We'll see what OP's thoughts are in this update. I have no idea what to do. Cutting her off, like some suggested, is out of the question, not just because she's my sister, but also because it would mean cutting off my brother-in-law, whom I consider a good friend, and my nephews. Bringing our parents in to mediate like we're children again is just asking for it to snowball and changing aspects of our relationship just to cater her feels worse than going back in the closet, and that's something I would never even entertain. Any advice? Well, if you're asking for advice on Reddit, you're going to continue getting advice like those two options.
Sometimes, let's see what the comments say.
Comments. Comment one, number 1. Sounds like your sister is uncomfortable with you showing PDA. Sounds like she is comfortable. That is very clear, yes. Sounds like she's uncomfortable with you being in love with men since she's still upset you didn't end up with Liv. It's controlling and weird. And since you don't want to cut her out, talk to her and say that you want a relationship with her family. You'll do your best to not show PDA and respect to her as long as she shows respect to your relationship to your fiance. Best of luck. She seems like a difficult person, though.
I think that's the end of it.